Hello, I'm Alexandra Steffan and I'm a poet living in Darwin at the moment, so it's not quite a winter soirée for me, but it's really, really nice to be part of it. Thank you. I'm going to start with a poem I wrote at the beginning of this very strange time we find ourselves in. It's called Make a List of Positives About the Negative. All the hours I spent talking with psychologists are really, really, really paying off. All of a sudden, I fit into society. No longer alone in being at home a lot. Too scared to go out, worrying myself sick about how next week's rent will be paid. Suddenly, I seem to have a lot to celebrate. I am skilled as fuck. I have a doctorate in existing on my own, staying away from things that are too close to self-harm, finding joy in countless tiny and ridiculous places, loving so hard that even the sharpest edge feels soft, teaching myself the art of making art a thing worth living for, teaching myself that I am enough. Productivity is a myth. I am so good at this that when everyone from one day to the next feels poor, I know myself rich. Look at us, all of us, reaching out now that we cannot touch. There's no peace in this, but we are here, together, learning what it means to have less and be much more ourselves. Now I'm going to read from my book. It's my second book. I bind my own books. This one's called Bloom Now. And I decided to just read a bunch of poems, which I wrote them before lockdown and COVID and all of the things. But somehow they seem all the more relevant now. For example, this one. Our planet Earth is dying. Or perhaps we are. Change is inevitable. And inevitably, we pretend otherwise. You decide how wise that is. If you ask me what this world needs, I say it is for us to keep the tenderness in our hearts alive. But how darkness tricks you. When you can't see it is not the time to question your reason to live. This one's called School. Should we change our curriculum? Could we have a class in grieving instead of teaching our children to bury themselves? The Amazon is burning. Will we begin grieving for the trees when the flames start licking at our feet? How numb can we be? Did we forget that heat travels up? Is this smoke too thick for us to see? It is we who are tied to this stake. Australia is lost. And then we burnt too. And the ones with the levers in their hands never saw it coming. Stuckness is an illusion that is so alluring we stick to it. Playing truck with no brakes, a cow on the road at the bottom of the hill, holding on for dear life we are truly killing it. Now I've just gone over the 5-minute mark, but I'm going to be reading just one more poem, a tiny one. Suffering is not a blanket, a home, color for your brush, or food for the soul. It is a rush of rain to wash you clean, and it will let you go. Eventually free. Thank you.